Sup everyone, XQW Wilo W82 AGC here. Today we are racing at Laguna Seca for one of the Nations Cup races. So an LMP1 car field in this race. In P2 we have PG Motorsport. In P3 TKM Spatters. Also Mohata in P5. We are starting in P6. I Redford in P9. So a lot of familiar names in this race. In P14 Treviso. In P16 we have Deep Sea Weather. Vulcan Spirit also in P17. So rolling start for this race. As we are getting away very well. As we can see Mahata in front of us warming up the tires as we slightly go into the gravel. And just behind us we can see we get absolute dive bomb there by the Italian and down immediately one and another position down. So yeah, that was a bit late braking there by the Italian. And sadly we lose a position out of it. So I think we were just on the right braking point, so yeah, not really a first corner move I would say by the Italian. As he gets into the gravel and into the fence there, so karma strikes a bit for the Italian, so we get up to P7 again. So you can see also Robin into the wall. But yeah, I would say that wasn't a first corner move by the Italian in this race. To just get a savage lunge down the inside, right? So right behind Robin right now. So he just made a small mistake coming out of the corkscrew. So yeah, we are starting this race on normal tires. There was a choice between soft, medium and hard, and only the medium and hard tires were obligatory for this race. So we decided just to start on a normal come out of tire. So maybe a bit slower than some of the cars in front of us. So you can see Robin there going onto the curb and slightly into the gravel. So not the best few first laps there for Robin. So yeah, we'll see how this race pan out. Maybe we'll stop for soft tires still, or so yeah, 2 stops maybe, or maybe just 1 stop onto the hards. We will see what we will do in this race here. So we chose for the normal tires because it's very easy to get stuck behind the cars in front of us. Very difficult to overtake on this Laguna Seca track, so might as well stick with normal tires to play a bit more safe. So you can see just the group forming there in front of us. The guy in P1 in this race, my team Kagus, he was very quick in this race, so it will be very difficult to catch up with him, I think. Absolutely flying this race, incredible. As we can see, he's just pulled away already from everyone in this race, so you can just see how fast he was. So yeah, the big question now is who is on what compound of tires? So yeah, driving the Toyota in this race, we've chosen a car because it's very good on hybrid power. With example, the Audi R18, it's very easy to run out of hybrid system. So this car is a bit more, more forgiving on saving hybrid for the boost coming out of the corner. So that's why we chose for the Toyota. And I think it's also a little bit more kind on its tires. So having more hybrid will be a good defending advantage in this race. So everything's still quite close together in this race. As we just have to make sure that we keep up with our normal compounded tires to the cars in front. We don't know what they are driving. So we have to just try the best we can in this stint to keep up with them. As if they will have if they use the soft compounded tires, they will drop off a bit more by the end of the stint, so maybe we can also benefit from that. Also have to make sure that the cars behind us don't overtake us at this point of the race. Just we look behind us, then we can see Phil there sliding all over the track. Almost hit us in the back, so that was a bit of a scary moment there for us. Almost a flashback to the first lap where the Italian absolutely punted us wide with a savage dive bomb. So it seems like we are still keeping up with the cars in front of us. So that looks very promising for the rest of this race. As I hopefully have chosen a softer compounded tire. So luckily we haven't chosen the softs in this race because we would have been absolutely stuck and we wouldn't have had the advantage of these tires. So yeah, like I already said, normal tires and hard tires are obligatory, but you may choose to use the soft tires. But Laguna Seca has one of the more longer pit stops on the calendar, so it will be very interesting to see which strategy will be used in this race. So I will have to decide on the spot as well, so yeah, I don't use other strategy. As we can see, there a bit of chaos unfolding there. PG Motorsport spun off the track, and VIB SR also looks like he waited for him. So a bit of chaos there unfolding in front of us, so up to P5 for us. Let's just take a look back to the incident. As we can see, VIB SR we're driving with behind PG Motorsport, and the PG Motorsport just lost the car a bit, and VIB SR couldn't avoid him. So it seems like not really VIB SR's fault, but PG Motorsport just went a bit early on the throttle, and Spun and VIBSR couldn't avoid him, so they both made contact, and sadly PG Motorsport spun off the track. Yeah, I think it was more of a racing incident than something deliberately. So yeah, still very good by VIBSR to wait for PG Motorsport, but I don't think it was really necessary in this situation, because I don't think it was his mistake really. Just couldn't avoid him, just at the wrong place at the wrong time with this. And the corkscrew, because you just one line through that corner, so not much he could do there. So in the meantime, we are in lap 9 in this race. Time's really flying. The tires still look very good, the normal component tires. We're just behind, yeah, maybe a little bit further behind of Robin. But still, holding our own, I would say, in this race. So when will the first people decide to stop in this race? That'll be a crucial factor to see all of the pit stops unfold in this race, and how will this race pan out. Very long race as well, 24 laps. So that's why this video is also a little bit longer. Yeah, also always loving these combinations if the Group 1 cars, or LMP1 cars as you would like to call it, come up in the championship races. Always very good combinations and very fun races as well, so very happy to always see them appear on the calendar. So you can see the first one of the pit stoppers decides to stop. It is Mohata. He was on the soft compounded tires, so that is quite good news for us. That means that there are people who decided to go on the soft tires, and we kind of did well to keep up with them, so that's quite good news for us. Because we are on the harder compounded tires as well. So when are we gonna make our pit stops? That will be the next question, but our normal compounded tires still look very good. So I might just decide to go a bit longer here on those tires. Also free track, so we're not obstructed by anyone, so that's also a very important factor in this race. So we can see Kaige's there going into the pits. He was on the medium tires. That man, that's absolutely incredible by him. He just pulled away such a big gap, and he was still on the medium tires. We could see my team Robin, interestingly, he was on the soft compound tires, because he wasn't pulling very far away from us, so that's quite surprising. So that means we have done a quite good job in this race, I would say, to keep up with someone who was on the soft compound tires. So Kaige is there, coming in front of us on the track. So there you can just see how much time you lose by taking a pit stop here. So that was very crucial for us to maybe decide to go for one more pit stop after this, as we almost bottling it over the curb there. Just managed to save it, or we would have been beached in the gravel there. So TKM Spatters also decided to go for a longer stint in this race. So right now we're up to P3, but we still have, of course, a stop to do. And behind us we have Mohata on the... what tire is he on? I don't remember, but he's anyway on fresh tires, so he will probably close in very quickly on us. So on to lap 13 already. Guys in front of us really pulled away already. DKM Spatter's a couple of seconds in front of us. I think 3 or 4 seconds he would be moved us. So Mohata still closing in. As now we're about coming onto the point where the tires are starting to bit giving up on delivering the grip levels they did in the start of the race, so now it's just the tricky part of the race. So now the most important part I would say is when are we gonna stop for hard tires, because it seems like one stop will be more beneficial than 2 stops, so we're gonna decide to do that strategy. But when will we pit for the hard tires? Because hard tires are a bit slower than these normal tires, so when are we going to put them onto the car? As long as these normal tires still have a bit of grip in them, I would prefer to stay out. Mohata very close right now, as he just coming to the inside, and he takes the position from us. Good move by Mohata, much better than the Italian in the first corner of the race. But yeah, we don't want to hold him up as well. He's not in our race, and we couldn't hold him up on these tires anymore, because we're going to pit shortly anyway, so we're not gonna make a big fight out of this. Into P3 we see the Swiss guy behind us right now. So he's driving a very good race as well. So I think DKM Spatters also went in a bit, so we did a good job in this race, I would say. Because he came out in P5, so one stop just seems like a quite good strategy. So we are going to pit now. Come on, pit guys, make this a good stop. Four new tires for us. And we're getting out. Very long pits exit. As we see Treviso there. So we're just gonna slot back in behind him. But we're on a hard compounded tire, so we will just have to probably try our best to defend all the positions we can defend in this race. So that will be all our stops for today. And we are now driving in P10, and we expect all the other guys to, or most of the other guys to still make a stop, so we are going to gain some more positions, and we still can extract the maximum amount of pace we have on our tires, because if we were on softs then we would have stuck behind some of the cars in front of us, we wouldn't have had the maximum, the optimal. We can't take the optimal time that we can gain out of our tires, so we can do it with these hards. And Vettel also seems to go into the pit, but he was behind us anyway, so that doesn't really matter. And also a key factor in this Laguna Seca race is to not battle it, because on the inside of every corner there are high curves, and if you touch them you absolutely get launched into gravel. By saying that, I get immediately flashbacks, all of the instances where I just flew off into the gravel traps here. So just have to be a bit careful as well to not end up in that scenario, as we are keeping up quite well with Treviso. So down to lap 18 right now. Bit wide there, coming out of the corner. So only 5 more laps to go right now. How far along can we get still with these hard compounded tires, as the other guys will still have to make pit stops up? Yellow flag. So you can see TKM Spatters there went around. He seems like he had the same strategy as us, so that's very unfortunate. Corkscrew seemed to be the main action point in this race. A lot of mistakes happening, also a very difficult section of the track. But let's just take a look back and see what happened to TKM Spatters, as BGM Motorsport right beside him, and just slightly into the gravel there, and he just spun around. So a very easy mistake to make. Probably a bit under pressure there from the guys behind him. And it's so easy to make a mistake in this corkscrew section. I got corkscrewed there a lot of times as well. So it seems all too familiar for me. So we can see Zurich there into the pits. He was on the soft compounded tires. Will we stay in front of him? So we can just see him leaving the pits there. Just a bit much to ask, it seems like. So we'll just rejoin right in front of us. So still in P9, it looks like we have lost the position. He also started behind us on the start grid, so yeah, just a bit, yeah, it's just a small margin, but yeah. So who will be the next in the pit stop? Slightly over the curb there, guys. Only 3 more laps to go. Just making small mistakes here. As I told about those dangerous curbs, they seem to strike us once more in this race. So we just have to be very careful once we hit them to not fly off into the gravel traps. That's when you try to push too hard to catch back up to the car in front of you. So I think it will be very difficult to manage to catch up with Zurich in front of us. So yeah, still P9. As we can see, Treviso into the pits, DMR Phil also into the pits, so maybe an opportunity to still gain some position in this race. We can see nobody leaving the pits right now. So it looks like we're going to stay in P7 or going up to P7. So you can see just in front there, Robin going white, up another position into P6. Yeah, not having the best of races there, Robin. As we can see, my team Kigus into the pits. Damn, he almost tapped us there. Very fast in this race, incredible. And yeah, I still had a stop to make, so it will be, yeah, we'll still have a very, very big advantage. As we can see, Mahata was on the normal compounded tires. So Kigus there, really someone you want in my team. Just a head joke there. But yeah, it was very quick in this race, incredible. So wow, into P3 all of a sudden, or P4, as we can see, someone came out of the pits behind us. So it seems like it was PJ Motorsport, so we're gonna slot into P4. Seems like in this race. Will PJ Motorsport manage to catch back up with us? So our strategy seemed to have worked out very, very well in this race. Can we maintain this fourth position, as PG Motorsport will probably have fresher tires? It seems like we just seem to do enough. Can we keep it up until the finish of this race? Yeah, it seems like we're going to come home in P4 there. So, great race. Very strategical race, I would say. And we have seemed to choose the right strategy. So, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully see you next time. Bye.